were 16 airplanes, each carrying 1 ton of bomb. In later raids, General LeMay, with his 20th Air Force, sent out 500 planes on a mission, each carrying 10 tons of bombs.
Reaching a safe haven after the raid wasn't easy. And because they had to take off much sooner than planned, they were very low on fuel.
1 crew went to Vladivostok. The other 15 of us proceeded until we got to the coast of China. When we got to China, 2 airplanes were so low on fuel that they landed in the surf alongside of the beach. 2 people were drowned, 8 of them got ashore. The weather was quite bad, and so we flew on till we got to where we thought we were as close as we could get to where we wanted to go, having been on dead reckoning for quite a while that we weren't precisely there, and then we all jumped.
80 crew members flew in the Doolittle raid. 64 returned to fight again. They were part of a team recognized for its professionalism and heroism. A rich heritage remembered by a new generation of airmen.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. I can give you a few statistics about the raid. There were 80 men on the raid in those 16 B-25s, 5 men in each aircraft. 3 men died as a result of the raid. 2 died swimming to shore. 1 died on the bailout. 8 men were captured by the Japanese. 3 of those men were executed by a firing squad by the Japanese. A 4th man died of malnutrition and beriberi. 4 survived 45 months of prison, and 3 of those men are alive today. 1 aircraft landed in Russian territory near Vladivostok. Those men were interned, as was their aircraft, for about 14 months. The men were returned. The airplane was never returned to us. So they're the basic statistics of the Doolittle raid. So it's my pleasure now to introduce the raiders in alphabetical order. First, Colonel William M. Bauer on my right. Nope, well, you can if you want to. Colonel Bauer is an Ohio native. He attended Hiram College and Kent State University before joining the Army Air Corps and completing pilot training in October 1940. He was a pilot on crew number 12 off the carrier, and after the raid he served in the Mediterranean with the 12th Air Forces in England, Africa, and Italy, and in various stateside posts, and his final duty station was in Alaska before retiring in 1966. Second, Lieutenant Colonel Richard E. Cole. Where's Dick? There he is, on the far end over there. Dick is another Ohioan, born in Dayton. And he tells me that he saw Mr. Orville Wright many times during his growing up years, and he swears that Mr. Wright did not teach him how to fly. Dick became a flying cadet in 1940 and completed pilot training the next year and was a co-pilot for Lieutenant Colonel Jimmy Doolittle on the raid. So that first airplane you saw taking off, Dick was watching Colonel Doolittle at the time take it off. He remained in the CBI until 1943, till June of 43, flying cargo from India to China. He returned to CBI in October 43. He must have liked it so much, and flew with the Air Force's famed 1st Air Commandos in support of Allied operations behind Japanese lines. He had several operational assignments later, including operations advisor to the Venezuelan Air Force before retiring to Comfort, Texas in 1967. Next is Major Tom Griffin. Tom was born in Green Bay, Mississippi, or rather, Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm sorry. Graduated from the University of Alabama in 1939 and entered service as a second lieutenant in the Coast Artillery, but requested relief from active duty to enlist as a flying cadet. He was rated as a navigator and was recommissioned in July 1940. He was a navigator on crew number 9 off the carrier and later served in North Africa. His plane was shot down and he was captured by the Germans in Italy, 1943. After release in April of 45, he returned to civilian life and established his own accounting firm. Next, Master Sergeant Edwin W Horton Jr. on my far left. Ed was born in northeastern Massachusetts and enlisted in the field artillery in 1935. He served in Hawaii for 3 years and re-enlisted in the Army Air Corps. He completed gun turret maintenance and aircraft mechanic schools and volunteered as an engineer gunner on crew number 10 off the carrier. He remained in the CBI until July 43 and served in various stateside assignments in Panama and Libya. After retirement in 1960, he was employed at Eglin Air Force Base for over 20 years as a test engineer in the Air Force's cold weather laboratory. Last but certainly not least, Major General David M. Jones, a native Oregonian, but he graduated from the University of Arizona in 1936 and was commissioned in the cavalry. Davy served for 1 year and then requested pilot training in June 1937. Rated as a pilot in June of 38, he served with the 17th Bomb Group and was the pilot of crew number 5 on the raid. Now he was shot down, unfortunately. He came back to the States, transitioned, and then was assigned to North Africa. And he was shot down, bailed out a second time, and as Tom Griffin did, they joined up together as a prisoner of Mr. Hitler and spent 2.5 years as a POW. But Davy is probably not best known for his leading one of the aircraft on the Tokyo raid as he is as a tunnel digger, because he didn't like the accommodations that Mr. Hitler had provided for him. And Davy helped by getting rid of the dirt that Davy dug up. So those of you who want to know about PW experiences, we have 2 of them here. Well, that's the 5 men that you may ask questions of. They have agreed to answer any kind of questions. The difference today is that maybe they can't hear you, so some people may have to relay questions up here. So I'm leaving it open now for questions, and I'll handle whatever I can.